Hey guys, this is Little Miss Horror here, and today I am going to give you guys a writing tip. Now, as I said before on my channel introduction, I'll be discussing topics when it comes to writing. And be prepared, since I will be talking about a controversial trope known to writing and share my thoughts on it. So here we go, on to the video. Okay, if you have been in fandoms for a while, whether it be for the fan art, role-playing, or writing fanfics, I am pretty sure you guys are all aware of what a self-insert is by now. And for those who live under a rock and are not familiar with the term, here's a little summary from its definition. Self-insertion is a literary device in which a fictional character who represents the real author of the work of fiction appears as an idolized character within that fiction, either overtly or in disguise. Now, self-inserts can be broken down into different types. You got the cameo appearance, self-parody / satire, self-reference, and wish fulfillment. While it seems harmless enough, sadly, there are people out there that have this hatred against self-inserts and will automatically label each of them as a Mary Sue. Okay, sure, sometimes they may come off this way, but there are some self-inserts that actually work if done properly. But most people get so close-minded whenever they hear the term self-insert and start labeling decent ones as Mary Sues without looking into their bios. They just write them off the bat without giving them a chance. Due to infamous titles such as Twilight, Am I Immortal, which by the way was honestly a parody of a bad fanfic that was solely made to trigger die-hard Harry Potter fans, and I must say it actually worked. Self-inserts started to get this bad reputation because of these things. Now, I think self-inserts can work, but only if the writers are honest about themselves and treat them more like characters than just wish fulfillment. Now, here are some pros. Characters based on you. Have all the freedom to express yourself. Can freely ship yourself with any favorite character of your choice. A gateway to practice writing. And if you want to be a dick to yourself, you could also use it to mock yourself freely or torture yourself. And the cons. It can get out of control. Some could have a tendency to make their canon love interest act super out of character. If you get too carried away, such as god modding or being OP, it can result in your self-insert becoming a Mary Sue / Gary Stew. When you take your fictional fantasies to the extreme, the lack of balance between fantasy and reality if you're not careful, and people will judge you depending on how you portray your self-insert. As you can see with those cons, it's no wonder why self-inserts are always looked down upon. However, does that speak for every self-insert out there? I mean, most people create personas and self-inserts for harmless fun. Sometimes they can be useful if you want to create a mascot for your work, or for your YouTube channels if you have a talking sprite. It is a fun way to express yourself by making a character that's based off of you. And keep in mind, they don't always have to look 100% like you. For an example, Moonlight, aka that girl here, is my main persona for my art. I also plan to use her in talking sprites in the future of my videos. Sure, she may not have the same eye color as mine, she's a little bit of a thought, has a much more curvy body than me, but that's simply because I love poking fun at myself and my inner insecurities. She's basically a parody version of myself, since she has the same attitude, same personality, and interests as me. Plus, I love monsters in general, and I wanted to make my persona a monster instead of a human. A friend and I would draw both of our personas for world building and to practice character interactions, or if we're both bored as fuck and want to use them in silly doodles to be dicks to each other, because you know, that's what friends do, just be assholes just for the shits and giggles. Things like this are not always made for wish fulfillment, and even if it is for self-shipping, it is not the end of the world to throw your panties in a wad over. I mean, what is the big deal? Keep in mind, people also self-ship for these reasons. Coping mechanism when they are facing hard patches in life, exploring a favorite character better, or to practice writing about relationships that they plan to do ritual stories. My point is anyone that makes self-inserts or wants to create a persona, do not overstress yourself. Even if some people might find it ridiculous, that shouldn't prevent you from having your own fun. If you're like new to writing, please do not overwork yourself. After all, we start somewhere. We all start out somewhere with our silly mistakes. Especially with my video that I badly rushed a few days ago. Well, that's all for now. I hope this helped you guys build up your confidence. Until next time, see ya.